Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a lovely morning here in Britain, in Stevenage. And I do hope that you've had a good weekend. I really do hope so. A few weeks ago, I did say that I will start um, a series of videos. And these videos will basically be dedicated to specific words, words that shape or form our thinking, words that hey, good morning, Phil. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well out in London. I can see you're out and about early. Um, and stand with you, man. You know, Black Lives Matter. Gotcha. Anyway, yes, I was saying about power words. I'll start a series of power words, and if you have any word that you think that is powerful to yourself, you can comment below, or you could ask me to do a session on that word. So today's word is a word that is pretty much, it's an F word. Okay, it's an F word. And now when I say F word, you're probably thinking, oh, Flip, what is he going to talk about? And the word is fear. Fear is one of the most powerful words um, that expresses or has the power to form or to change the perception, to change the way we see things, to change the way we respond to life, to change the way we address ourselves. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Fear is one of those words um, that provokes a certain level of emotion. Fear is able to turn a very intelligent man into a beast, and all you have to do is look around and see in the demise where men are so afraid, people are so afraid to speak up, people are so afraid for their lives, people are so afraid, we are so afraid that we can't think straight. Now, in this marvelous brain of ours, there's a small part of the back of your brain called the amygdala, and it does control your responses, and it causes us to freeze or to fight or to flight. Now, those are the three trigger keys when fear attacks the brain. Now, fear freezes the thinking centers, the decision making centers, and you think with your back brain. Psychologists call it the hindbrain or the reptilian brain. So this word fear, it's something that we learn. Now there's two levels of fear. You have the natural fear, a child is afraid to fall. And they've done enough research to kind of confirm a child is born with the fear of falling. Dare I say, the child is born with a fear of falling because of genetic conditioning. However, other fears are mostly learned environmentally. The fear of poverty, the fear of lack, the fear of pain, the fear of all of the things. These fears are learned. And if there is one thing, Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich said, it is one of the evils that we need to get rid of. And it's possible to get rid of fear. Now, I wouldn't suggest you get rid of the fear of the laws, the absolute laws, the law of gravity. For example, just keep falling because you're not afraid of falling. Okay, it doesn't make sense. But the fear you want to get rid of, if especially the fear of the unknown, the fear of criticism, the fear of what others will think of you. Now, these are learned fears. These are fears that we were trained to hear as young children. Don't do that because, or I say so because. So we learn this fear because of our environment. Why did I choose this word? I chose this word because I grew up a terrified child. I was always afraid. In fact, I was a bedwetter. Now, that is enough probably for people to think, oh, why would you say something like that? Yes, because as I grew up and I started studying psychology, I realized something. The body is so tuned in such a way that it should work naturally. But when the psychology comes in, when fear starts to take over, the person cannot think. The body's responses change. All you have to think about is, imagine you saw a really angry dog in front of you. What would you do? If you're very good at dogs, not a problem. Okay, you know how to handle it. However, if you've ever been bitten by a dog, trust me, you don't want to be there, right? You're going to take off. Why? Because it's an unconscious response and it's straight away triggered, and you respond or you react in a way that you don't know why. That's the power of fear. Let's talk about right now what's going on today. A lot of people are afraid for their lives. A lot of, and especially in America, and even here in England, in London, many black young men and young women are afraid for their lives. Now, yes, all lives do matter, and actually, most youths, black, white, Asian, they are afraid for their lives. And one of the reasons why they're afraid is because they look at their parents and they think, I've got nothing to look up to. Because the parents are not there, the fathers are not there, the mothers are not being mothers. Morality, we have let morality go out of the window, right? So there is no more leveler, right? The outside world is not a leveler. So it creates this uncertainty. That's a good word to use, uncertainty. We are so uncertain. And when you are uncertain, you react, you don't think. You react. You don't use your prefrontal cortex. You don't use your thinking centers. But rather you use your conditioned mind. So if there's one thing I would wish, many people are asking, what are we going to do? Yeah, you've rioted, you've done all these things. What are you going to do after this? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to pick a book and read. I'm going to decide, I have decided to actually speak out and start a transformation from the mind, from the heart. The scriptures, the Bible says, be ye transformed by renewing of your mind daily. That's where I'm going to start. I ask that you join me. Get a few other people to join hands and let us be transformed by changing the way we think and listening to the words we are using and allowing us to feel, okay, and then decide consciously whether those feelings are right or whether we need to re-educate them. So when you see a policeman today, don't be afraid, okay? Calm down, relax, and remember, if you get afraid, you're going to do something that might cause the person to react as well, might cause a lot to react. But calm down and think. Do not be afraid. Fear not. There's over 365 fear nots in the Bible. Pick it up. Pick one a day. Today I will walk out courageous. I will not be afraid, because those who are for me is greater than those who are against me. He who is within me is greater than he who is in the world. Today's word is fear. Tomorrow, well, why don't you join me tomorrow and I will share with you another F word that is empowering or could be crippling. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. If this video has anyhow helped you, share it. If it has challenged you, like it, comment. If you think it's been any way, shape or form, I knew that, then guess what? Send it to someone else who didn't know, or possibly who doesn't know. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and go out and win.